So let's proceed. We are going to talk about bacteriology. As you all know, from lower class, we are hearing bacteria. So first thing that comes in our mind is what? The gram positive one. So among the gram positive, the familiar bacteria or important high yield bacteria in all the exam, one is Staphylococcus. Other is our Streptococcus. The main difference, if someone asks, like we can say, Staphylococcus are catalase positive. They are catalase positive. The same time, Streptococcus is what? Catalase negative. So we talk about each of these bacteria. What are the important things? First, let's talk about what this Staphylococcus itself. So we have what catalase positive. These are everyone is catalase positive, but according to coagulase, there is another test, plasma coagulase test. According to coagulase test, we divide Staphylococci into two again. One is they are coagulase positive and they are coagulase what? Negative. What a typical bacteria that is plasma coagulase positive? Everyone know that is our Staph aureus, Staphylococcus aureus or gold, right? But if someone asks you what is this coagulase negative, not catalase, it is called commonly called as cons. These are the cons bacteria. There is coagulase negative Staphylococcus aureus, right? And what are they? As everyone know, it include Staphylococcus epidermidis, then Staphylococcus saprophyticus. So these are the coagulase negative bacteria here. Remember about Staphylococcus aureus, what you have to remember, like they are completely pathogenic. These are the coagulase positive part is a pathogenic part. Normally coagulase negative are non-pathogenic. And from here coagulase test negative, we are getting two bacteria. How we differentiate this epidermidis and saprophyticus? That is also a question. There is an antibiotic called novobiocin. So this epidermidis is what? Novobiocin sensitive. Novobiocin sensitive. But at the same time, what about saprophyticus? They are novobiocin resistant. Novobiocin resistant. Yeah. So hope all are okay till here. So let's talk about first one. Like there is no, these are non-pathogenic. So let's complete what you have to know from this Cones bacteria. So cones, what are the example once again? They are what? Staphylococcus epidermidis. They are non-pathogenic. They are coagulase what? Negative. That's why we are calling as what? Cons, right? Epidermidis. What you have to know about them? Remember, these are like normally they are coming as an infection in people who are using like IV cannula. People who are every time exposed to this IV cannula or catheterization. So whenever they won't cause you disease other than this, like whenever they give you in the question, whenever someone had always exposure to or intervention to this catheter or IV cannula, you can suspect what? Staphylococcus epidermidis infection. Remember, they will also do what? Biofilm production. This can be also what remembered. Next one, what is the next bacteria here? Now, Staphylococcus saprophyticus. It's very easy to remember. In the exam, the question comes like a female coming to us with complaints of UTI. Like remember, young female with the UTI, urinary tract infection. Okay, or remember who is the most common cause of gram positive cocci causing what? UTI. Your answer is what? Staphylococcus saprophyticus. So that's all what we have remember as a high yield from cons or coagulase negative staphylococcus. Now the important one, until high yield one, that is our coagulase positive, that is our Staph aureus, that is the pathogenic one. They will cause all the disease. So talking about them, first thing you all know, they are gram positive coccus. They are gram positive coccus. They are what positive? Remember, catalase positive. They are what positive? Coagulase positive, as we have discussed, right? They have a shape of like grape, so like they look like grape-like clusters. Grape-like clusters, and they are having pinhead size. They are having pinhead sizes of colonies. They will form pinhead sizes of colonies, and beta hemolytic on blood agar. Beta hemolytic on what? Blood agar. As well as they will form golden yellow pigment. Golden yellow pigment on nutrient agar. Okay, so remember these things: grape-like clusters, pinhead size of colonies, and golden yellow pigment on nutrient agar. Sometimes they can ask you what is the selective media. The selective media for what? The selective media for Staph aureus. So what are they? One is mannitol salt agar. Mannitol salt agar and Ludlam's media. Ludlam's media. So these are the selective media of what? Which bacteria? Staphylococcus aureus. Now, how these Staph aureus causes disease? They are pathogenic one, right? So they have virulence factors. So let's talk about the virulence factors of this bacteria. Virulence factors. Remember, it include first one, it include virulence factor mean that is the disease causing agent here, or the factors for the disease causing capacity of this bacteria, that is protein A. First thing is protein A. What they do? They do co-agglutination. co-agglutination. And co-agglutination, actually what they are doing, they are binding, these proteins are binding to, remember, they binds to IgG Fc segment, where they are binding IgG Fc segment. Second one, remember, they are like, they have alpha hemolysin that will cause paradoxical action. Third thing, they have beta hemolysin. They will show you hot and cold phenomena. And that is seen best at what? 4 degrees Celsius. Best seen at 4 degrees Celsius. Then the last one, the virulence factor here, they have leukocidin. We also call it as Pandon Valentine toxin. So these are the main virulence factors of what? Staphylococcus aureus. Now, they will cause you some toxin mediated diseases here. So what we have to know from here, toxin mediated diseases. First one, they will cause us food poisoning. Remember, they can cause us what? Food poisoning. Like mainly from stuff are common from contaminated meat and milk. This Staph aureus, they will produce, there is something called enterotoxin A. Entero means intestine. Enterotoxin A. Like this is the most common toxin that will cause the disease. Said preformed toxin. And they are heat stable. That's why by reheating also you are getting infection. They are heat stable. You can't kill them by what? Heating. Heat stable. And they will cause you something called vagomimetic action. They will stimulate your vagus nerve. That's why diarrhea, vomiting, vagomimetic action. As a result, you will have what? This vomiting. After eating some food, you vomiting in 1 to 6 hours. That is an incubation period. Very short incubation period. Remember, always people confuse us in the exam, like we will choose a wrong answer. They always resembles at a note, remember. This Staph aureus can resemble, they can resemble what? Bacillus cereus. Bacillus cereus are seen with people who are having what? Infection from reheated Chinese fried rice. So remember, if some people have, remember, it always mimics, they mimics what? Bacillus cereus. Like they also cause vomiting and this food poisoning symptom, but this mainly come from, many exam ask this question, from reheated Chinese fried rice. Chinese fried rice. Then, so that's first thing, toxin material. First one is what? Food poisoning. Second thing, they will cause you something called, S, 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 S. 4S you can see here. What is this S, 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 S? 4S, right? It is called Staphylococcus skin scalded syndrome. Skin scalded syndrome. So we have two types of toxin. As we told, here it was what? This enterotoxin A, right? Enterotoxin A. Here both toxin will come. That is enterotoxin A, enterotoxin A as well as B, both will come. Enterotoxin A as well as enterotoxin B, and they are also called as together exfoliative toxin. Exfoliative toxin. So this toxin, they will cause in adult, there is something called TEN. TEN means toxicoepidermal necrolysis. And in children, they cause Retter's disease. So two terms when this comes in children, Retter's disease, come in adult, toxicoepidermal necrolysis. And this is called as, also called as what? This super antigen. Sometime, like in your lower class, we have hearing in microbiology what? They act as super antigen. Super antigen is also called TSST, or it is specifically enterotoxin B. That is toxic shock syndrome toxin. Toxic shock syndrome toxin. Now diseases. The disease caused by this bacteria, Staph aureus, include, they can cause us carbuncles or furuncles. They will cause us cellulitis. They can cause us impetigo. They can cause us something called botryomycosis. It's like a mycetema like lesion you will have. This bacteria can cause us nematocele. They can cause us tropical pyomyositis. They can cause us acute osteomyelitis. They can cause right-sided, that is very important, right-sided, underline that, right-sided valve endocarditis. That mainly happens with what? IV drug abusers. IV drug abusers. So that's all about the important things about what? Staph aureus. Now we have a different family here or a different special group. We might have heard MRSA. MRSA means they are methicillin resistant. You cannot kill by penicillin group resistant Staph aureus. MRSA means methicillin resistant Staph aureus. For them, we can't give penicillin group. Here we give drug of choice, vancomycin. This asked in many exam. Vancomycin can be given. Now they will ask you what is the main mechanism of this resistant? How they get this resistant? Main mechanism, like it is due to what? MEC-A gene acquired. MEC-A gene acquired resistance. Right? What MEC-A gene actually doing? They are converting the penicillin binding protein to penicillin binding protein 2A. What is here? It's penicillin binding protein. And they have other thing like they have extra chromosomal thing. Extra chromosomal. It means they helps in production of beta lactamases. And we do some tests to diagnose this MRSA. They are resistant to cefoxitin. So we do a test like particularly to diagnose it. That is called cefoxitin screening test because they are resistant. Similar manner, we do oxacillin. They are also resistant to oxacillin. Same screening test. Other thing we can do is we do PCR for finding the MEC-A gene. That's the most important one. This test is the most specific one. Now, how they are doing this transfer to other friends or other species? Remember, most common mechanism of resistance transfer in Staph aureus is by transduction. What is happening? Transduction. And this transduction is, remember, they are bacteriophage mediated. They are bacteriophage mediated. Then they do phage typing. Phage typing that is happening in most common which species in 80 and 81A. They are called like hospital infection, nosocomial epidemics. This is a test we do for phage typing for nosocomial or hospital infection. Actually, we are having around 23 types of phages. 23 types of phages. So to find out this variant, we do phage typing also. So that's all about Staph aureus we have to know in all the competitive exam. We talked about gram-positive Staph aureus and Streptococcus. We are going to talk they are catalase negative. Staphylococcus is positive. Then we divide by coagulase positive and negative. Positive means Staph aureus, they are pathogenic. Other are cons, saprophyticus and epidermidis. Epidermidis is novobios and sensitive. Saprophyticus is resistant. Epidermis in cannula or catheter intervention and they will form biofilm. Saprophyticus young female with UTI or most common gram-positive cocci. Staph aureus, catalase positive, coagulase positive, grape-like clusters, pinhead size of colonies on beta hemolytic or blood agar. Golden yellow pigment on nutrient agar. Selective media we use mannitol salt agar, Lutlam's media. Virulence factor of protein A, alpha hemolysin, beta hemolysin and leukocidin. Toxin mediated diseases include food poisoning, like they will cause from milk and meat, and you will have 1 to 6 hours incubation period. You will be vomiting. Viagra mimetic stimulation they will be having. They mimic what Bacillus cereus. Then Staphylococcus skin color syndrome, exfoliate toxin means A and B enterotoxin. In adult is called 10, toxic epidermonecrolysis. Children Reuters syndrome, they may act as super antigen, that is enterotoxin B. They are also called toxic shock syndrome, toxin. Disease include carbuncle, furuncle, cellulitis, impetigo, botryomycosis, mycetema like lesion. You can see nematoceles, topical pyomyositis, acute osteomyelitis, right-sided valve endocarditis in IV drug abuses. Then we talked about MRSA, methylene resistant Staph aureus. Drug of choice is vancomycin. Main mechanism is what? MEK-A gene acquired. They convert PBP to PBP2A, penicillin binding protein. Extra chromosome, production of beta-lactamase, test is cefoxitin screening test, oxacillin, PCR for MEK-A gene. Most common mechanism of resistance transference Staph aureus is by transduction. It is also bacteriophage mediated. Phage typing we do in nosocopial epidemics, like main most common are 80 and 81. We have 23 types of what? Phages. Now we talk about Streptococcus. Thank you.